Although, to be fair, Riff landed first.
But we got out of our pod first.
That's true, actually. Hello. This is the 268th Test from the Future, an experimental podcast from the year 2226, which we are sending from our present to yours. My name is Dirk.
And my name is Simon.
And we're putting the past in podcast. If we're sounding differently, this is not because we're lost in space.
No, I mean, we are, but exactly, that's not why we sound different.
But we're in our Bubble Condo.
Mm-hmm. Right, our first episode recorded within our Bubble Condo.
Yes, we're not in Grandaddy, in our ship.
Not aboard the ship, no, exactly.
We're not even very close to the ship at the moment.
We've taken a bit of a road trip.
Yes. So we were on a bit of a break. The ship was paused. Repairs, I think.
Repairs, recharging. Exactly, a bit more in-depth one. So we had some time, and rather than staying aboard Grandaddy, we decided let's go for a road trip.
Yeah, they were even promoting this a little bit. Yeah. Like everybody who wanted could go on a road trip, basically get some mental recharge away from everybody else.
Yeah. Decompress a little bit.
Yeah. So we thought, let's take that opportunity. Let's do it. This is our second night, and tomorrow we're going back.
Correct.
Maybe before we talk a little bit more about a road trip, there was one new concept surfacing around the ship the last couple of days that people were talking about.
Which I'm thinking is maybe why the captain suggested people go on these road trips to to defuse the situation a bit. Because it's the 9th week we're out, and so it's surprising to me that already some folk are saying, hey, let's not bother going back to Earth. Let's just hang out here, where it's here, Let's find a planet, which presumably can make food. They're not saying this, but I'm wondering, okay, cool, we've visited some planets. There's not been anywhere yet which produces food that we can eat. I'm going off on a tangent. Folk are saying, let's not worry about getting back to Earth. Let's find somewhere out here to live instead.
You're not one of these people.
I'm not one of these people.
Yeah, but it's, 9 weeks, on an average lifespan, that's not very long, but it doesn't look like we're getting back anytime soon to Earth.
Sure. I think some folk also really like the idea of finding a new world, starting a new life.
Yeah.
They kind of really want to make the most of this opportunity. And
also maybe some folk are thinking, we're going to be back at some point, but this is way cooler maybe than their life was. I don't know. Yeah. And also, if you find a cool new place, maybe it's much more fun to live there than to basically stick around in the ship for I don't know how long.
Okay, yeah, right. They're not thinking comparing it to Earth. They're rather comparing it to the idea of living on Grandaddy forever.
And then maybe we just leave a homing device behind. And, whenever we get back to Earth, finally, we can just, pick them up if we want to.
Sure.
Did you hear the name that they came up with?
One of the several going around, but the one that seems to be sticking is the Stakers.
The Stakers. They want to stake their claim somewhere, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. They're so... I don't know. For me, it still seems so early to be thinking about such things. Because also, so far the universe, as far as we know, seems to a pretty gentle place,
Yeah.
There aren't marauding aliens like there used to be in all those films and stuff like that. But what if there are?
Yeah, but what if there are if they exist, they're not going to be a bigger or a smaller problem depending on where you live, right? Maybe they're a bigger problem for Earth, we just don't know it yet.
Right.
And if they find a cool new place out here, then maybe they won't be bothered.
True. Maybe they get to avoid all that nonsense.
Maybe it's smarter, spread around the galaxy. If we have a problem somewhere, maybe they build like a second Earth, and then we can at one point relocate there if there's some problem with the other one.
Okay, I see.
Maybe the other Earth is in the way of a new C-beam path.
True, I see what you mean. Okay, so then in principle, that does make sense what you're saying, and just I wouldn't want to do that based on, hey, I came on this 2-week trip, and now how about I do that instead?
Yes, exactly. So, hey, I have a better idea than a 2-week holiday in space. Move to a planet all the way in the middle of nowhere in the galaxy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, okay. But
people have different priorities.
Yeah. Shall we move over to the road trip?
Indeed, back to that. Yep.
Yeah, you want to...
So, I mean, which way around should we do it? Should we describe the road trip that we've been on, like the last couple of days, and then say where we are now? Or should we do it a little bit the other way around, say where we are now, and then describe the last couple of days?
Yeah, let's do the now, because the now is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So like we mentioned, we're in our Bubble Condo. But where is the Bubble Condo? It's on a small moon.
Yeah, we're on a small moon.
Exactly, a small moon. And it's a moon no humans have ever been. I mean, like, I know I'm getting a bit repetitive here, yeah, but no humans have been here before. We're the first ones here.
We could have T-shirts printed with that, like no humans have ever been here, because it's true of pretty much everywhere we go.
Yeah. So okay, that, at some point maybe we don't need to keep saying that, but still, it somehow feels really cool to me to be here, looking up at the stars in a Bubble Condo. You know, Bubble Condo made on Earth, but transported all the way here with us, with our synthobeers. You know, it's pretty good stuff.
Although, to be fair, Riff landed first.
But we got out of our pod first.
That's true, actually.
He landed first, but I was paying attention. I guess he was getting ready to go out. So we landed real quick and stepped on the surface.
Yeah, okay. First footsteps.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough, yeah. Mm-hmm. But we got the pods, and we the only condition to get a pod was that, you know, the homing device. Every pod comes with a homing device, so the ship knows where you are.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was basically it. So we just tossed a bunch of things in the pod and we moved off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I got some drinks. Didn't really think too much ahead. So, like, I didn't pack my pajamas. So I'm just sleeping in my clothes, you know.
Yes, exactly. Or any other set of clothes too. Nope. So basically we packed our Bubble Condo and we packed drinks, and that's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I mean, what else do you need on a road trip?
Indeed. And right now, now it's toward the end, so we're relaxing. Last couple of days, though, we got to see some stuff.
That's true. Mm-hmm. And especially because we are in a solar system with a lot of planets, and those planets have a lot of moons. It's all pretty close to each other. So there were a lot of things to see, and there were quite a few pods swerving off in different directions. But
some people wanted to stick together, and others really wanted to find something new.
Yeah, so there was actually, Riff had its own pod, but whenever we explored places, we would do it together. Yeah. We can see the tip of his Bubble Condo from where we are.
Yeah, and it's a few craters away.
Yeah, exactly. But because he has the light on, we can still see where it is. Yeah. I mean, he actually was with us in our Bubble Condo earlier this evening, but then we said, we need to record and then call it a night.
Yeah.
So you saw him. I saw him stumbling over the surface.
Sure.
He also had quite a few synthobeers today. But it's pretty cool, huh? Mm-hmm. Any particular planet that we saw that you remember? And we got to name all of them. That's also pretty cool.
We did. And we were very lucky. I mean, speaking of planets, we were super lucky. There was one the size of a marble.
True.
So very lucky just to even have noticed it, you know. Couldn't obviously walk on its surface, but could touch its surface with our fingertips.
Exactly. I didn't even know that was possible.
Mm-hmm. Right, that it would be considered a planet, yeah?
Yeah.
No? Hereabouts, I think back in the our solar system, it wouldn't be. Mm-hmm. But out here, totally considered a planet.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure if there are regulations, but it's basically, it is on an orbit around the sun. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, even if it's a marble, that counts as a planet, right? That's the definition.
Here with bounce.
Okay.
It was a big marble, yeah? Like one of those really... Mm-hmm. How big? I'm just using my fingers to estimate. Yeah, about 4 centimeters in diameter.
Yeah. And we got to name it. Mm-hmm. So what did you name it?
I named it Tiny Planet.
Tiny Planet.
Yeah, it's a good name.
Yeah, I mean, you could have called it...
Could have called it Tiniest, I guess, but I didn't want to get presumptuous, you know. Maybe there'll be smaller ones out there. And also you could have called it E43 point something, but then you would have never remembered what it was. Exactly.
But Tiny Planet, that was the one that was really tiny.
Yeah.
I got to name the Hairy Planet.
Oh, yeah. What did you name the Hairy Planet?
Hairy Planet.
There we go.
That was weird.
The whole planet covered in hair, yeah?
Covered in hair, yeah. It
looked really cool in the wind.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe these like wave.
Exactly, it was also long hair.
Yeah,
I would say about like between your, like a little higher than your knees. And because of the winds, it was just moving in all directions all the time.
Yeah.
It was kind of like grass, but then it was hair.
Right.
And it was also, it was not like the surface it had hills and so on, so it had elevations, but everything covered in the same layer of hair.
Yeah. Seems like a really good place. I mean, neither of us need this, but if someone wanted a wig, this would be a good place to source some hair.
True, actually. I'm now going to wonder if we meet a different hairy planet or tiny planet, what we're going to call it.
Oh, right. Maybe like Hairy Planet 2?
Yeah, true.
Or Heavier Planet. Or hair. Wait. So if it has more hair, Heavier Planet, has slightly less hair, how would you phrase that? Maybe rename this one to Heavier Planet and that one becomes Hairy Planet.
True, yeah. Or Harry Met Sally Planet.
Heavy one? Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good planet.
Yep.
So, and maybe if we now meet a planet that doesn't have hair, we call it bald planet.
Most planets don't have hair.
Toupee planet. True, actually. Yeah, but maybe I've also had too much Synthi beer.
Possibly.
Or maybe there's the oxygen running out in the Bubble Condo.
Yeah, we're not running out, but yeah, right. Maybe some things maybe the filters aren't working quite right, and some things are building up that shouldn't build up.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like it sounds like it was all a breeze. But we had a episode today, both us and Riff, where we got caught in this asteroid storm.
Right. That was a bit severe. Our pods obviously held up, but they are, a bit worse for wear now, yeah? Like a bit scratched up.
They're scratched up, yeah. So, I mean, I guess if they're saying, hey, everybody can use pods, they don't expect us to, bring them back completely unscratched, sending them off.
Sure. No, we shouldn't be a problem, but just, they were new, so they were all shiny, a bit less so now.
I'm not wondering, of course, because it was a bit of adrenaline, and we just basically had the idea: if we just go through this storm really fast, we just have less time in which the pod can get damaged, instead of being careful. That was pretty cool, but looking back at it, especially because we looked at it from the outside now, wow, okay, that looks. I assume it's covered by insurance.
Hopefully so for people who are not us, since we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. Riff did the exact same thing. Huh?
Yeah. I mean, he got here even sooner than us, so yeah.
Yeah, so also I didn't see him for a while, and then because the asteroid storm, that was pretty crazy anyway. Then we saw him on the left, then we saw him on the right.
Yeah. Right, and at one point, just for a moment, but I saw, like, we were zooming past, and one of the larger asteroids, I saw what looked like a whole bunch of people, like on the asteroid.
I saw that.
Like, not in their pod, but like just on the surface of the asteroid. But what was strange, I mean, that's strange enough, especially in a storm. But what was even stranger was their pod that was sitting there was way more scratched up and battered than ours are. Like, they really looked like they'd been through a really severe.
And also faded.
Exactly, faded, patched up in places. And then also what we could see, of their spacesuits, they were also like really faded and worn.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, this is a severe storm, but how did they get to that level of, it was impressive.
Maybe they got like backup spacesuits. Maybe their normal suits are in the.
Oh, okay, yeah. Maybe they decided to go on a road trip later than us, and maybe the newer stuff had all been loaned out.
Or maybe we got lucky, or maybe they got the cheap tickets.
Maybe.
Maybe they get but how can you get like backup suits because it's the first trip ever? How can they have old stuff?
Yeah, it was very strange. But then, I mean, it was so chaotic. A moment later, I couldn't see them anymore.
Yeah, and there was no way we could have landed on that.
No.
See, I also wondered how did they even land on that?
Right. It's not clear.
Yeah, but that was weird. But anyway, I was happy when we got out of it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking now, do we have to pass through it again to get back, or can we take a different route?
Let's take a different route if we can, yeah? We'll see in the morning.
Yeah, we'll see in the morning. Because tomorrow we have nothing planned, right? Just
make our way back to Grandaddy.
And it's also because we're pretty far out here. We're looking at the stars now because the Bubble Condo is completely transparent. And we're still maintaining a bit of like a day-night routine, but like the light doesn't differ that much out here.
Right, no.
Like, so when we wake up in the morning, we'll look at the stars some more. And, make our notes for the sticky note ball. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I've enjoyed the last couple of days, but at least compared to road trips back on Earth or back in the solar system, there were much fewer stops.
True, actually.
Places to get food. drinks, whatever. Like we didn't bring much with us, and normally that's not an issue. You can just, stop somewhere and buy what you need.
Yeah.
Obviously, there was a bit less of that out here.
It's a little trickier to get out of things.
Mm-hmm.
Like because we're in the pod, which is pretty small. Then we have our spacesuits, and then we have the Bubble Condo. It's all pretty small.
Yeah.
And we don't really meet anybody along the way.
No, I mean, other than like our fellow passenger, like Riff, but...
Yeah, but we meet them on the ship.
Exactly, yeah, not new people.
Yeah. But it's still a pretty good road trip. I think any road trip that has you laying on the back looking at the stars, at the stars.
Looking at the stars.
Yeah, as a case, I hope we don't have to look at the stars later.
Mm-hmm.
So before we tuck in for the night, shall we do a listener email?
Yes, let's do that. Here we go.
I'm from Krampus.
Genau.
Yeah, that's the one.
Krampus wrote, "Guys, you're in space. You need to know your space stuff. Uranus isn't a big blue marble. That's Earth."
Yeah, so apparently we called Uranus a big blue marble.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember that, but I guess some previous episode.
Yeah, I have a vague memory of this.
Okay.
But Uranus is pretty big, huh?
Yeah, it's big. It's blue. I mean, I like a shade of blue, but...
Exactly. I've been pretty close to Uranus at one point. It's very blue.
Yeah.
But if Earth is already a big blue marble, so what we call Uranus?
Sure, I guess so. It's a bit bigger.
Yeah.
So we could call it the bigger... Okay, so the shade of blue is, let's say, cyan.
Yeah.
Like it's more... Or turquoise or cyan? What would you say?
I would say cyan.
Cyan, yeah. Like a good... Yeah. A lighter shade of blue anyway than Earth. And right, the size of it, so, I mean, marbles can be different sizes, like I mentioned earlier, but let's say compared to Earth, it's more the size of a golf ball.
Yeah.
It's like four times the diameter. So it could be the bigger cyan golf ball.
The bigger cyan golf ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Which doesn't roll off the tongue as well as the big blue marble. Also, marbles, I mean, like, there's all kinds of different marbles, yeah, but like maybe the one that springs to mind for me, they're the ones with clear glass, and in the middle they have like this, like, I don't know what you'd call it, like a ribbon almost.
Yeah, like a swirl
of colour.
Yeah.
And Earth does not look like that, but then to be fair, neither does Uranus. So.
Yeah. But I like it. But what was it? Big cyan golf ball?
Bigger.
The bigger cyan golf ball. Mm-hmm. I think if we practice saying this a couple of times, then maybe this can become a thing.
Right.
The bigger cyan golf ball. We have to tell our fellow travelers that this is what it's referred to.
Right. If it takes off aboard Grandaddy and all the passengers there say it, maybe when we get back to Earth, it takes off.
Yeah, exactly. So then we come back and it's like, hey guys, we had some revelation. Mm-hmm. Uranus is a bigger cyan golf ball.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Thanks, Krampus.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. And what we would like now, like we would want every week, or like as we would like every week, please send us an email, listeners to this podcast. Send the email to michaellasagna5@gmail.com. Put the episode number 268 in the subject line so that we can know this episode successfully went back in time, and correct any other mistakes we've made the previous many weeks.
All right. For now, thanks for listening, everybody. Good night, and see you in 200 years.
Good night.
I think I saw a falling star. Crazy.
Mm-hmm.